Micheal Joshuva, founder and CEO of Micheal Cybersecurity. Take the topic on Pentesting on Autopilot. I request you to welcome Micheal.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much. So my session is on pen testing on Autopilot. Okay, we have done a lot of pen testing like Autopilot using Python scripts and Perl scripts. Multiple things we have done using tools. But here I'm going to show you how we can use Claude, Selenium MCP, Burp MCP, File System MCP, Gmail MCP, these 4 MCP servers and AI agents at work. That's my topic. So before that, I just want to introduce about myself. My name is Micheal Joshuva. I am the founder and CEO of Micheal Cybersecurity. I have around 15 plus years of experience. My past companies which I have worked for EY, Wipro and Infosec. My studies all about BTech and MTech in cybersecurity at SRM University. So with that I move for the topics. So here the agendas I have. Since the timeline is 40 to 45 minutes, I try to shorten my theoretical and go for the practical. So anyway, I will explain all these topics. Introduction to web app pen testing. Why automation is needed in pen testing. Claude desktop as local AI agent. Connecting the MCP servers in Claude desktop. Then I will talk about what is MCP. Why MCP is needed for automation and pen testing, workflow diagram of the entire process. Then I will tell you the 4 MCP servers. What is a Burp MCP server, Selenium MCP server, File System MCP server, Gmail MCP server. These are the 4 MCP servers which we are going to look today. Then we have the covered vulnerabilities. What are the vulnerabilities which I have covered? And then prompt, demo, I'll show the demo. What prompt? Only one prompt I am going to give. The entire 4 MCP servers run at a time. Then we go for the deep scanning. Then I'm not going to take the deep scanning because it takes a lot of time. Then vulnerability assessment using the MCP Selenium, the other MCP servers and the other MCP connectors. So, introduction to web app pen testing. I'm not going to dwell into much into this because most of them know about what is web app pen testing. So I just give you a high level to what WAP did. Here we are simulate a attack like an attacker. Then we try to find the weaknesses in the web applications. Once we identify that, before the attacker try to exploit it, as a team we have to fix it. So, why automation is needed in pen testing? You see, today a lot of teams are working on it in VAPD. It's a manual work. But what's the issues which we are facing? When it comes for the modern applications, they're having 2000 pages, 3000 pages, and a lot of APIs, microservices, many things are running here. And see here, there is a slow and cannot efficiently cover all the attack surfaces. For example, in your organizations, they do provide 1 week to do the VAPD for one application. Is it enough? Not enough, exactly. Okay, so that, in my previous organizations, I don't want to name it, for every project, we need only 1 week. We have only 1 week, we have to complete it. But if I take the pages are 70, 80 pages. But how we can do it efficiently? Because we do go only for the high level. So lot of attack surfaces we do miss here. And also it's a time consuming process, right? So for that, why we go for the automations? To perform the repetitive tasks like scanning, fuzzing, enumeration, such kind of things we can do it. And also like we can quickly identify the microservices vulnerabilities in the microservices, SQL injections, misconfigurations, all these things we can perform. It reduces the human errors. We have a team of 5 members. Do you think all the 5 people work efficiently? No, there is a lot of inequalities will be present there. So here you can do the automation for the low level vulnerabilities. SQL injection, XSS, it's been more than for 15-20 years, right? Still, do we need to skip that? We cannot. Still we need that, okay? But what you can do, we can automate all the basic bugs. We can focus on the high level vulnerabilities like race condition or maybe the other vulnerabilities which you can work on it, right? Okay, so what is Claude desktop? So Claude, you almost everyone knows it. Claude is a it's a desktop version of Claude AI, web browser version. And what we can do, it acts as a brain here. And what are the things it can do? It can connect to the external tools and APIs. It can do the browsing thing, and it can do the file operations. It can send emails, and also it can connect to the Burp suite. Like a lot of tools we can do, like Selenium, Gmail, many things, and also it can do the workflow actions. But it, yeah.
In case if Claude is not accompanied by organization, because some threads are there, Claude, Olama and all, and they generally go for OpenAI or any other AI provider. Can you explain that also, how
that I will explain the last. We have the other cursor AI and the other things that we can use it. At least organizations, they buy some enterprise versions for that. We can use it specifically for that. Otherwise, we have some alternatives for the connectors also present. I will explain the last two. Yeah. Bring me some water. I'm drying. Okay, what is MCP? Okay, I said in a layman technique. So we have a brain, right? Consider this as an AI, right? I have my hands. I want to lift it up. So I'm just giving instructions, lift it up. So again, I'm lifting. Why? How it is happening? Through the nervous systems. Yes, those nervous systems are called the MCP servers. Today you are asking to the ChatGPT, write a letter for my manager, like as I'm suffering from fever. It writes, then it copy it and paste it in the your email and send it. Instead of that, why don't you tell it, send a mail to a manager directly, right? So you just, instead of copy paste these things, you can do it. For that only MCP comes into picture. Okay, so what is MCP here? MCP is the USB-C for your AI. AI will give you instructions, but how this can connect to your other tools, right? For external tools, this can be done by the MCP. So, like I have the laptop, I want to connect with my pen drive. How I can use it? So, it is considered as a USB-C for your AI things. So here, so we have the external systems. So in external systems, you see that the data sources, tools and workflows. You see the data sources or the local files, databases, file systems. These are data sources, like local files. In your system, you have a lot of local files, right? You can all control these things. And the databases, you can see the file systems and the tools. Tools, the search engines, like it can control your browser. And it can control your calculators, code interpreters, all those tools, whatever you are using, it can be controlled. And then workflows, like you create an automated task for your organization, maybe VAPT or any other things, it can be controlled by AI. But to do all these things, what we need the MCP servers. Okay? Then I would I would like to say like how you can use MCP servers in Claude desktop, right? Just install the Claude desktop, and after that you have to go to the developer option. In developer option you have to edit config, and the configuration file you have to place the JSON file for all the tools which we are going to use it. Okay. So once after that you have to restart the Claude. If you use directly, it will not work. So this is the workflow diagram. So here is the Claude AI assistant is there. I am giving the command to do pen testing for my scope, and then take a screenshot and send a report to my client. So it will use all these 4 things. Selenium MCP. Selenium is mainly used for browser based automation. Why I am using here? See, earlier I have showed in the previous sessions about NI10. NI10 cannot do the browser based automation as per my knowledge. Okay, so that's why we have used here for the Selenium. In NI10 we have utilized a lot of tools, Nmap, FOF, all the tools. In one click, if I give my scope, it will do all the scan and it will send my report to my client, or you can get it through your WhatsApp or your Telegram account. Okay, so here for a browser based activities like SQL injection or maybe the cross-site scripting and SSRF, all these activities we are doing in the browser. So that's why we are using the Selenium MCP server here. And Burp MCP, we have tested it now. It is able to access the Burp history and other activities. Then here file system MCP. Why I am using the file system MCP, I will explain in detail in the further slides. Okay, so once after that we need to create the report. Those report has to be downloaded and saved over there in the local system. For that I am using the file system MCP server. Then I am using the Gmail MCP server to send a mail. I am not going to use my own mail to type everything. It will automatically do everything over here. So at last my client will get the report. What I am going to do, I give only one prompt, customized prompt. I am not telling to that do PAPT and then send it to the client. I am not telling that. I have a customized prompt. Okay, so Burp MCP server. So we have used Burp MCP to intercept the traffic, and we use the intruder, repeater, Burp history, and everything we are doing it, right? So all these activities can be performed by AI through this MCP server. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm just enabling this MCP plugin. If you see the Burp suite, we have a plugin, MC plugin. Just enable it, configure it. Once after you configure, you need to do the I'll tell you these things. Configuration file. This is the configuration file. This is available in GitHub. Okay, so lot of MCP servers are there. Then people will ask the question: is MCP servers or safe, or is a third party? It's a third party we have used, but still you can build your own MCP servers. Okay, because we have built our own MCP servers for a few tools like FOF, Nmap, those things we have built our own MCP servers. But here, for a session's sake, we have used the third party MCP servers. This is the thing which you have to go to the Claude desktop, edit config, go for developer option, edit config, copy this thing, paste it. This is the URL which is mentioned here, and you have to paste it. Once you load the extension in the Burp suite, you have to restart the Claude. Once you restart the Claude, then it will get automatically connected. Okay. So before that, I just want to tell you this: it can have access to everything. Your Burp scanner, Burp collaborator, and vulnerability analysis. Everything it has access. So this is the how MCP works. In Selenium, once the actions like navigate to one place to another place, one pages to another pages, once it starts navigating to the pages, it starts generating the traffic. Those traffics will be collected by the Burp, right? The request passed through the MCP, and then those HTTP traffics or like intercepts, AI analyzes those requests and responses, and then it sends to the server. Once the server responds, then it will detect if there is any vulnerabilities present in the particular website or web application, right? So this is what I have already mentioned about the integration. You just need to configure it. It takes some time. Just I'm showing it the JSON file. You have to go and edit it. Okay, what are all the actions which you can perform? Okay, so you can do all the actions: send HTTP request, create the repeater tab, send to repeater, send to intruder, URL encode, URL decode, base64 encode, get scanner issues, generate collaborative payload. All these activities you can perform using the MCP server. Okay, so you see here the customization. In mobile, once we install application, we do have something, right? Always allow, so allow while using, and then deny all. Okay, this is the 3 activities. This is always don't ask anything, always allow. This is ask permission whether I can go and proceed or not, and this one is deny it. Okay, these are the actions which we can perform. So once you integrate it, we can go through. There are a lot of activities we can perform here. Next is MCP Selenium server. So how many of you have used Selenium? Yeah, quite a lot of people have. Yes. So you use it for your day-to-day operations like automation, like automating the browser-based actions, right? So what Selenium MCP server provides? Sorry guys, my mouth is getting dry, that's why I'm just drinking water in between. Okay, so MCP server, it provides a standardized way for AIMCP clients to control the browsers. Earlier you use Python scripts to control the browsers. Here we are going to use the control the browsers using the AI, using the Selenium web driver. For that I'm using this Selenium MCP server. Okay, so what are the actions it can perform? Like navigation, right? I want to go from one page to another page, login page. After that, I want to log in and I want to go to some sensitive informations. All this can be performed by here, like navigation, element interactions, mouse and keyboard actions. If you want to type something, everything you can do it. If you know the automation of like Selenium automation, you get to know. You can take the screenshots. If I want to produce the steps to reproduce, take a screenshot is required, right? Everything can be performed by this. File uploads and headless executions. So these are the things like start browser. You want to start the browser, it will automatically start your browser. And it can navigate to one pages to another pages, and you can get element text, press keys, upload a file, take a screenshots, and then you want to window, frame, alert, get cookies. There are a lot of activities it can be performed by this Selenium MCP server. So again, installation steps. So you can get this JSON file, go to the same process, go to the developer option in the Claude, edit the configuration file, just save this file, and before that, this is the prerequisite. You have to install them node.js and Chrome. Okay, you have to install it, and once after this you have configured, you need to restart the Claude. Every time you use the MCP installations, you have to restart it. Okay, that's what you have to perform. Okay, so 2 MCP servers I have completed. It will be simple, right? File system MCP. Why I am using this file system MCP server? It allows AI to securely access and control with your system files. You have your system, you create a report, you just go to the Word file, you have your pre-templates, everything you have to do it, right? All the activities can be performed by this. AI can read, write, manage, delete. All these activities can be performed by AI, just writing one simple chat. Okay, for that, what are the things? See here, file system MCP I have added the read file, read text file, read media file, read multiple files, list the directories, and then write the tools, write file, edit file, create directories, move file. All these actions, and a lot of actions are there, just go through it. These things can be performed. Okay, again the installation steps for the file system MCP server. So we have the JSON file. Then you have to do it in the Claude desktop and restart it. Then Gmail MCP server. In Gmail, what are the activities you do? You create a email, send mail, draft a email, okay, and the main thing is like this MCP server connects your email and the AI securely, right? So you don't need to do anything else. All the activities can be performed by AI, just giving the prompts. So it can read, it can search if there is any mail came up. If there is any specific mail you want to edit it, you want to draft, or you want to send a mail to the client, everything can be performed by this Gmail MCP server. So configuration for this, it will take some time. It nearly takes a lot, but due to the slides, I don't add many things. I just add only the configuration of this config file. Before that, what you need to do, you have to go to the developer option in Google, and then you find some API and take that API keys, and you have to go to the OAuth and take the token, and once you, after that, you have to install this npx, this third party MCP server. Then once you have to add that, then only you will get to know this. Then after that you have to add this config file. So if you want more details, because here you will stuck, okay, it's not easy like the other MCP servers. Here you will get stuck. So for that I have the document with me. If you need any help, just let me know. Okay, so what are the vulnerabilities which we have covered here? We can do many things, but we have only 15 to 20 minutes of time. I have covered the SQL injection, bypass, authentication bypass, broken access control, reflected access, insecure HTTP, no TLS, and then clickjacking, no CSR protections, sensitive cookie data. These are the vulnerabilities I have. Server version disclosure. These are the basic vulnerabilities which we have covered. Because it takes long time. At a single prompt, it controls all the 4 things. See, while you do the VAPD, what do you do? You have the browser, you have the Burp. You click it, you swap to the next Burp, and then you will see it. Okay, what request it came. Then you go back to the browser. That to and fro things will be happening, right? For not here, but here, once you give all these things, this AI will take care of all those items. Okay. Yeah.
But you can crawl the entire website. You can save the content in .hr file or some other and directly go to Burp. That also do the same thing.
Here it will analyze it. Create the report and send a report.
But that part is also there in the Burp. Burp professional if you buy, it has all those.
What it has scanner.
Yeah, it has a scanner.
Scanner, yes.
Scanner. It takes all those things. You suppose you are having a static page application. You click on 1,000 links. All those links will go as a request, and it will keep finding like cookies missing, broken access control, or
yes.
and all. And then it will generate the report. I think you have to select the issues and generate manually. It will not send you an email. Those things are not there. I think. But these things, for that, the effort we are putting to set it up and all, from the browser point of view, that part is already there. That part I feel. But are you going to do play around with the input thing? For example, suppose I have a radio button on my web application where I select enable or disable. So definitely in the backend the radio button value would be on or off, something like that. I can play around with on and off button. I can say instead of on I can say 1, and off I can say 0, and still my application accepted. So it means there is a kind of a injection is possible. So those kind of attacks also can it takes care. That's what my question is. I mean, if you automate everything and send the request, each request will go to the repeater tab, and repeater can play with all input fields, just with some reference text file where I can say do on or just send a cross-site scripting file or maybe some other cheat sheet kind of thing, and do it completely manual. Because for doing this kind of stuff, I believe human loop is required and take its own decision, like where I should attack and how we should do further testing to find out the real loopholes.
Human is always required. There is no elimination in that. But thing is like, so for example, I use intruder. I need to use the payloads. right? I have to manually I cannot ask Burp suite to get the payloads. Okay, so for that it will take care of it. It will use my local system. I will save it in a one folder for the payloads, payload 1, payload 2, payload 3. What I am going to give, I give only the prompt. To act all the tools, I am going to give only one prompt. Access my local folder, get my payload, update it, attack it, and then get the result, analyze it. Once after attack, this will get analyzed. After that, we have to do it. That means like we have to overview that one. There is no human elimination will not be present. We have to be present. We need to check it. So as per our research so far, we need, but it will improve the efficiency.
It will be a little faster.
Faster and more efficiently. Like I don't want to go back, front and back. Like even the Burp does, we have to manually doing it, right? So here we are one step ahead of that. Analyze those Burp suite history, proxy history, repeater tab, everything is done by the AI. I'm not going to do it manually.
My question is, repeater is involved in this exercise?
Yes,
and you can,
repeater is not involved. It takes some time. I will show you the history, how history it captures. See, once I give the prompt, we will see that it automatically run my Selenium, Burp suite. It automatically captures all the requests. Everything will be visible over there. Yeah.
If I can add a point here, as you have been seeing Burp crawling can do the things, but it won't pass the credentials. Right? Here the Selenium is used where you are going to supply the credential in Chrome. It is also going to pass the credential. Another thing you have told that the button which it can toggle, right? So Selenium is used for that purpose, right?
Yes, Selenium will be like automate all this the GUI activities. Like AI will do it. What we need to do it in the Selenium, what we need to do it in the Burp suite, and what I need to do in the file system. Everything. Like once I download the file, it will analyze whether the report is correct or not. Then it will go for the Gmail. Then it will send it to that. So one step ahead of that. So we'll get some more efficient report. So here's a prompt. This is a customized prompt. What I said to this, you are a web application security testing assistant operating a strict execution mode. I gave the target as this. See, the same prompt you can utilize. Only thing you can customize this prompt. Also, like you can change the scope, right? So here the core rules I have used here. Each findings must have the steps to reproduce, request evidence, response evidence. The scope I have given only this, only the Micheal test file you have to test it. Don't go for the external domains. That's out of scope. Then I use the external tools like you have to use the Selenium MCP, Burp MCP, file system MCP and Gmail MCP. And you have to use the proxy as 127.0.0.1.8080. Then it has to do the Burp setup, Selenium setup, it will take care of it. And then what are the pages? I don't say that all the pages it has to go. I just give some pages. You will ask, do we need to know the pages? You can give the entire pages also. This will take a time. Okay, so since time consuming, I have given only the 3 pages to navigate and try this SQL injection. I gave only one code. So Claude, you know that last 3 weeks, Claude has disabled many things. Means that the tokens has been reduced. Only few requests if you give, it will show us the rate limiting options. Okay, for that I have given only the 2 payloads. You can use these things also. You can use your payloads from the local file system. In one folder you can set it payload 1, payload 2. Then you can ask it to test it down. It will do it. Okay. And then what are the other actions? I asked to test it for the XSS. The vulnerability testing, what I asked, these are the vulnerabilities, please test it. So once after that, take a screenshot. So once you find vulnerabilities, take a screenshot at what place it has to be present. Okay, then in the overlay it will tell us what is the vulnerability, what is the endpoint, what is the payload it has used. Then after that, it's saved to this particular folder. I just connected, say that C VBox with desktop reports screenshot, save it there for the screenshots. And for the screenshot rules, I have provided how it looks, how it has to be. And then CVS scoring, I told how it has to do it. And the report generation part also, you have to give it in such a way. Executive summary, risk chart, findings, those things has to be present, risk summary. Then file system rules I have enabled, then validation, how it has to be there. Then the executive summary of this, the risk chart should be like this. The finding format, how the format has to be. If it create a report, it has to create in certain formats. I have given the format like status confirmed or not, severity level, what is the endpoint, what is the URL, and what's the steps. Then it has to create an impact, and then last one is once it create the report, it has to do the email delivery. Use Gmail MCP, and to this person in the name of subject, attach the file which I have stored earlier, and then email validation. It is once the report is attached or not, screenshots are attached or not, validate this. Once after validation, if it's missing, resend once again. Okay. If the email delivery failed, send the reports again, like so, send it successfully. So final rules I have enacted here. So now I'll go for the demo. How much time completed? 10 minutes left. Yes, sometimes we have to check it out. Yeah. No worries, I'll show the video also if it is not working.
Share everything. Post. After that, we'll share it.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, just want to show the connectors. Certain times it will show all the connectors. So, oh yeah, okay. So what do you need to do? So this is the extension MCP. Here the server configuration, you have to enable it, require approval for HTTP request and require approval for history access. And after that you have to go down and install to Claude desktop. Okay, once after click this, you need to restart it. Okay, once you restart, you can check whether it has been configured or not. Have to go to the connectors. Just wait for some time. Okay, so far 3 connectors has been connected, and sometimes we do have some issues with Gmail. Let it wait for some time. So what we need to do, one thing I have to do, just take my prompt, copy all the prompt. So whenever you do, you can customize it. What are the scope? You can go for the scope. You can change the scope. What are the target which you, the team which you are providing, you can change it, and then you can start testing it. And also you can customize it. Here I have asked the Claude to use all the MCP servers, starting from the scope to send the report to the client. It will do all these items.
You can pass credentials in process, like go to this particular website, log in with this username and password.
Everything it will do. So there is some issue with my Gmail MCP. So just I show you a video. See, this is the video I have taken it. See here how it looks. You have to check, it should be like this. All the Burp, file system MCP Gmail MCP, Selenium, all this has to be activated. Okay. Once after that, once everything is ready, you have to copy the prompt and paste it, then click OK. This is what the Claude will do. It set up the Burp suite setup. It just clean the history, and then it set up the Selenium plus Chromium setup. It automatically start the browser. You will notify that Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Chromium is launched with the Burp proxy. It is automatically connected. This Burp suite proxy is automatically connected with the Chrome. See here, it just navigate to the target website. All these things are automated. It navigated all the 4 pages which we have mentioned. So this allow once, you can automatically do allow always. It's getting access to the Burp suite HTTP history. So in the Burp suite traffic, it analyzes and found that the server version has been disclosed. Apache Quiet 1.1, it has been disclosed. Now it is trying for the SQL injection bypass. Guess this takes more time. I'm just make this video faster. Now it is for the SQL injection. So SQL injection has been confirmed. It says that the particular path, and then the cookies proves that successfully authentication bypass. It goes for the remaining testing. See there, it takes the automatic screenshot.
Is there any kind of subscription required of Claude desktop?
Which one?
Claude desktop, any kind of subscription required for this one?
No. Only prompt.
So I was trying to integrate. It's a strike where the Kali Linux is getting integrated over Claude desktop. But when I started testing, it was showing limitations like I'm not allowed to perform pen test or any related.
In Kali it has some issues. Here I use the Windows. Kali has some restrictions actually. See, Kali we use N8 and it is working fine. But for this kind of browser-based automations, we can use Windows is fine. Yeah. No scripts as used. I just gave only the prompt. It automatically create everything. See that's the screenshots. The endpoint it says. See here. What is the vulnerability? What is the endpoint? What is the payload? What's the status? And it has highlighted everything. Now it tests for the XSS. Yeah. 5 minutes. Okay. So once after it found the XSS, it takes a screenshot. So all evidences has been collected from Burp, all findings confirmed. See, testing everything, like on the other activities which we have given, to find the server version disclosure and the content security headers. The security headers has been analyzed. The screenshot has been saved to the folder. It has access to the file system. Now it has saved to my local files. Now it's generating the full HTML report. Now it is sending the mail. Like see, to the pentestbuddy.gmail.com I asked what are subject, what area has to be done. It is sending the mail. So engagement has been completed. So he did all the things from adding the scope, finding the vulnerabilities, until it sent the email. So I'll show you the email part now. So you will receive an email like this. Okay. So once after the email, you will see here. This is how it looks. All the attachments, screenshots will be attached. See here. You have done any manual work. Everything has been taken care by the Claude. See here, all the screenshots is attached. Then you will see the report, final report. So once you download this. No, actually you have to open as a HTML. So once I download this, So this is the report. This is how it looks. Okay, executive summary, the risk distribution. You see the detailed findings, the steps to reproduce. You see the steps to reproduce, how it has mentioned. Navigate to there, enter this, click login, and the burp request evidence, and the response of the burp, observed result, and the impact and the remediation. Then XSS, it says that navigate where you have to navigate these things. Okay, then it says all the steps to reproduce, burp should request evidence, response evidence, the impact and the remediation. See here, this is how the report looks. So since time is up, I'm just going through it faster. Okay, this is how see how it looks. Okay, within 20 to 30 minutes, it's done this almost the works. You can customize the prompt. Okay. So okay, with that I just move. We can do a deep scanning as well, and lot of vulnerabilities you can test. If you have, it takes a lot of time since it is handling all the MCP servers parallelly. It takes some time, so you can give more vulnerabilities to test that. Other MCP servers, here I attached only 4 MCP servers. The other MCP servers like Nmap, you can use Nuclei, you can use GoBuster, Nikto, SQL Map, HTTPX, all these MCP servers you can attach it. Okay, so these are the MCP other connectors like Ankit, you have asked for, right, Claude. Instead of Claude, you can use Visual Studio Code as well as Cursor AI to connect all these things, but it will not be much feasible like Claude. Okay, so if you have any enterprise version, you can utilize instead of Claude for the Visual Studio Code as well as Cursor AI.
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
So I want to ask one thing. Like you mentioned one of the concepts like only 2 payloads were taken because there are certain limitations as a which is implemented in cloud.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Not in Claude's restrictions. Restrictions, I used free one. Claude have last 3 weeks, if you see, when compared to ChatGPT, you cannot ask more things. The rate limiting is coming up. So we have reduced our prompts.
No, do you think like that is a business Claude?
It's not a
when it comes to workzones, we can add so many of payloads in that and target. Right?
You need more tokens for that. The
Yeah.
thing, what I am seeing here is, see here, how much time for this we will take it up, setting up these things. Okay, next project if it comes, I don't need any setup, everything will be there. I just need to change only the scope of my things. Only thing we need to have more tokens for the Claude. This will take care of it, because free, it has some restrictions. When you go for some pro or something else, we'll get more tokens, we can do many things. As a when it goes for enterprise, we go for at least we need some pro things.
So that is one. Second thing is like you are implementing AI as where trying to use for the security perspective. So how Claude is standing when it comes to the audit perspective, whether the compliance are clear, whether is it like more secure when it comes to the data breach matters. Because India, I don't think so, has very clearly still accepted at complete level.
The cloud is actually not accepted. Most of the
Claude, yeah.
Cloud is the problem. Via AWS Bedrock, people are accepting it because
Yeah.
it is also clean. But like this actually.
I guess still the clearance is not there.
Yes, so we maybe like what I am saying here is, Claude is doing many things using that, but ChatGPT we don't know like how much we can use for the MCP things. But when it goes for large scale, whatever I showed is very basic things. When it goes for large scale, it is doing many things like Mythos things. Mythos is not going to replace any things, but it will be like one of the tools.
It's not about replacing.
Okay,
I'm just saying
compliance is part you are talking about.
Yeah, at the back door, like there shouldn't be like any data which because
Okay.
there is a main concept where Indian positive policies come into the picture when it comes to AI. Still, it is not clear with the AI where India needs to accept complete AI, any sort of these kind of platforms to perform the security testings. So I was just asking like where do we stand now as you are using already Claude AI
Okay.
as a service service-based company or as a product-based company, people are using such kind of things. And is there backdoor? Have you checked for it? What
It
is
will
your,
when we use AI, we are giving all the data to public. Okay, so when we use such kind of things, we need some maybe like enterprise version for dedicated model or dedicated things for you. Okay, so how about Visual Studio Code? You are using the Microsoft Office things, so it can be accessible by everybody else. But for organization, you are using specific things. Your data are kept securely. Similarly, we have to find some alternatives. So what my projection here is, we are certain things are happening. But Claude, if your organization bought it specifically to your organizations, not going with public, in those cases, or maybe if you have a Visual Studio Code,
not accepted yet from the empanelment, right?
yes, then sometimes they will come. When someone started,
Config file which is mentioned over here in the Claude.
Yeah.
Every configuration has to be very apt.
Yes.
On the mark where the guidelines are given from the empanelment and the government.
Okay.
It has to be approved, and if we are not, then Claude is basically is from another country, not from.
Yes, yes, correct.
The data breach comes and the compliance comes into the picture. So I was asking.
Yeah, maybe like in the future they have to make some policies. Otherwise, without using AI, we cannot move.
Yeah.
You see that without script, it has done everything, right? So we need to find some alternatives.
Another point, adding what is asking, like in between agent is a lot of things. Because it is not enterprise version as you told. So basically, edge devices we are required so that it is in your controlled environment also. But there is another fact like this code will go to, one copy of the code will go to somewhere else.
You can use it for the Visual Studio Code, will be for your enterprise, will be there. You can use it as an alternative. Here we have tested, it is working fine.
I mean, this type of threat with I think all the providers. I mean, if it is not enterprise one, if it is a public one, it might possible. Even though you are installed in your local environment, but one of the copy is going to somewhere else.
Even if you use Google, Microsoft, everything we are using it, definitely they have access, right?
No, but for AI security, still there is no clearance, right? So how can
We have to figure it out. We have to figure it out. But what I am trying to say here is, we can do these things. But Claude things and all, we have to purchase or we have to go for some specific to the enterprises.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of testing is, I think it is fine.
Since another panel discussion is needed, so whatever questions you have, after this panel discussion, I'll be there. Okay, since we have very limited time, you can have all your questions. I will, after the session, I'll be there, you can ask me. Sorry for that. Okay. Yeah, so